So the year is 2021 and Carolina Herrera has traded its standard stilettos for the Christian Louboutins. I'm kidding. But here we have the red high heel, and this is a flanker to, of course, Good Girl, which came out a few years prior. I also own that fragrance. I've done a review of it. This one is called Very Good Girl, which is an interesting flanker name. But nevertheless, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this brand new perfume, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my perfume review of Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera, and I tell you all about this fragrance, how it smells, how it performs, if it reminds me of anything else, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like perfume reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10s, reviews, unboxings, giveaways, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button down below. It would mean so much to me. And also at this moment, if you can take a second to give this video a thumbs up, that would really mean a lot to me as well. So I own the original. I find it to be this sensual, slightly sweet date night, partying kind of a fragrance. And here we have this interesting combination of rose, or I think it's peony, lychee, red currant, vanilla, vetiver. And so I kind of had an idea of what to expect in terms of the smell. Also, this fragrance is composed by Quentin Biche, who is an amazing perfumer. Not only has he done fragrances for Carolina Herrera, he's also done fragrances for Azzaro and tons of other designer and niche brands, including Etat Libre d'Orange, Ex Nihilo, the list goes on and on. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's take a look at the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this combination of fruits and, well, specifically the red currant and the lychee, which kind of gives it like this exotic, unconventional fruity sweetness. But then you're also going to get like that peony rose thing happening in the heart, which is something that I've smelled in other Quentin Biche creations. So I'm just going to say that that's his signature or his trademark DNA in perfumes. And of course, you get like this gentle, pleasant sweetness in the base. And it has maybe a little bit more of an innocent quality versus the original Good Girl. And so Very Good Girl, I think that name is quite apropos. But I think what's really sitting at the heart of this fragrance is that lychee and peony combination with these nuances of rose. And I think that makes it very flirty. I think that makes it youthful. I think that makes it incredibly attractive and sensual. And the same scenarios that you would wear Good Girl for, I think you can also wear Very Good Girl for. So if you like to wear that one on a night out, maybe on a date with your significant other, maybe partying to the bar, to the club, I think this one can also double as something within that same vein. Now, I'm not going to do a comparison video in this video. Perhaps I'll save that for a separate video so I can really go into detail on my thoughts in terms of the relationship or the contrast between the two smells. But what I'll say for this one is that you are going to get this creamy, smooth, silky vanilla with these accents of lychee, which smells kind of unconventional in terms of its sweetness, and I really appreciate that. And it does kind of give off like this ruddy hue, like a red vibe. And so the red currant that's in here, the lychee that kind of has like these pink rosy nuances in terms of its hue, I think they translate really well to the presentation of the bottle. So here's the thing, this one reminds me a lot of Delina by Parfum de Marly, which came out in 2017, also composed by Quentin Biche. And I would say this one is like 90 to 95% similar. I haven't done a comparison, a side-by-side between the two. If you would like to see me do a video like that, please let me know. But I love Delina by Parfum de Marly. I think it's a masterpiece by Quentin Biche. And to see him do something in that same vein while using that same trademark or that signature, I think is going to make this fragrance a huge hit and a huge success. Now, I think that rose and peony combination with the lychee up top, it actually goes back to 2014 when he created Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo. Maybe it even goes further before that, but that's like my first introduction to that combination. And then of course 2017 was Delina by Parfum de Marly. 2019 was an Etat Libre d'Orange fragrance with a Latin name. I keep Experimentum, something along those lines. That also has like this peony, rose, and lychee combination. Then of course last year we had Angel Nova, which also has this peony, rose, lychee combination. So I know it's something that he's done before, and I know it's a DNA and a combination of ingredients that he feels very comfortable with. And I personally love this one. I think it's a great fragrance. I think it's going to be very, very, very successful. The only thing that upsets me is that Delina has such a signature smell. So whenever people wear Delina in public, I can smell it and say, oh, you're wearing Delina. And now people are gonna correct me. And they're gonna say, no, I'm wearing Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. And so that's the only thing that I don't like. But in terms of the smell, it's absolutely amazing. I think there are gonna be a lot of people who are gonna go crazy over the smell, especially if they think of it as a more inexpensive alternative to Delina. I think if you do a side-by-side, you are gonna be able to pick up on some differences, but it definitely puts me in the same mindset. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, it does kind of remind me of some other fragrances composed by Quentin Biche, but I think that that's kind of his guirlandade, if you will. That's his trademark or his signature in perfumes, but the overall smell is really, really good. Youthful, sensual, flirtatious, all that good stuff. Longevity on this one is a solid 8 hours on your skin. Projection is great for the first 2 to 2.5 hours of application. It will radiate beyond an arm's length for that first hour of application. It doesn't start to sit closer to the skin until about that 7-hour mark. So the longevity, the performance, everything about this fragrance is really, really good. Versatility for this one, I can see somebody wearing this in all seasons just because I feel like those rosy floral nuances make it appropriate for the hotter weather. And I also think that the vanilla and the vetiver, which I'm not getting a lot of, but mostly the vanilla, makes it appropriate for the colder weather. This one does lean feminine in my honest opinion, but if you like the smell of fragrances like Delina or Angel Nova, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. If you're a guy who can confidently pull those off, these are just recommendations. Please wear what you love, wear what makes you happy. And I can see anybody of any age wearing this one as well. In terms of the presentation, I think it's a pretty cool presentation. I think it's memorable. It's something that I don't think has ever been done before. Carolina Herrera were the first ones to transform a high heel into a perfume bottle. But my final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of fragrances like Delina or Angel Nova, if you like that quirky combination, which is also a really delightful and sensual combination of lychee and rose and peony and that floral heart with that silky smooth vanilla in the base, definitely check out Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera if it is available in your area. I had to purchase my bottle from Spain, but I think it's an awesome scent. I'm a big fan of it, and it kind of makes me wish that I waited a little bit longer to shoot my top 10 best releases of 2021 video on the designer side, because this definitely would have been in there. It probably would have been in the top 3 as well, because I just really enjoy this one. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was my fragrance review of Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. If you own or have tried this fragrance or the original, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Do you have a favorite from this brand? Also, if you're new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do again is just click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. And if you could like this video, it would mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you soon.